Hello everyone, I'm Carolina, also known as Poena on Slack chat. I have been asked to do a recording of a team review, and for this I will be using a team called Doing It Wrong that has been created by the team review team. You can find this on the team review team's GitHub, which is WPTRT/doingitwrong without spaces, so just one word. As you can see here, this team has not been updated between 5 and 3 years. So I guess we can pretend that someone submitted a team update. So I helped create this team, but I have not looked at it for a very long time. So I'm not exactly sure what is in it. And this recording is not going to be scripted or anything. So we just see what happens. So I've already downloaded the team. So I'm going to go back to Visual Code that I use as an editor, where I have opened the files. So when I start to review, I'll start with an empty text file like this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and save it so it doesn't lose anything. Something like that. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at is the license, right? So I'm opening style CSS. It says here that the theme is GPL version 2 or later. But we need to look at the theme URI and the author URI to find out if the theme author, for example, is selling themes that are not GPL compatible. So we start there. All right, that's nice. Thank you, Jose. I'm gonna stop that. I know who put that in. Okay, so of course the theme URI is not valid. It's also a short link, which is not allowed. The reason why this is not allowed is because this link, of course, the target can change at any time. The link can also break. That one. That's our first problem. So you might not have seen it because that went very fast. In VS Code, I'm using snippets, which means that I have texts that I can just add very, very quickly. So if I write team, it's going to find team URI. I'm just going to press enter, and my text is added to my review file. So I'm going to erase this. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave both of these because I don't think the second link is okay either. I don't know what this is. Let's check. No, that one actually did not work. 404. I wonder what was in there from the start. So just like that, we have two problems, yeah? So what else can we see from the style CSS file? Is it where? Oh, I did not see it. Did you see that? The author name is Bring Victory, but author URI is empty. Ah, that's tricky. Okay, so the author name is incorrect. I don't know if that would be possible when you... Yeah, wait. Actually, that's not checked. Only the login name is checked. The text name look correct. Doing it wrong. No dashes, no spaces. Let's look at the tags. Translation ready, accessibility ready. Oh, blue. So blue is not used anymore as a valid tag. Post formats is okay. Custom blog, custom menu, blog news portfolio. Okay, so there are more than 3 topics. You have blog, news, portfolio, education. You can only pick 3. Of course, if this was a proper review, would need to add a little bit more information so that I understand what I'm talking about. We get credits for underscores and for reset. Oh, blueprint, that's been a while. Yeah, like I said, this was an old team. Now, you look at the file list, I can find readme.md. This seems to be information about the team as a tool, so we can ignore it, yeah? But there is no readme.txt file, is there? So technically the readme file is invalid, yeah? So I'm asking the theme module to update the readme file and add the text file, readme.txt file. I wonder if I have a shortcut snippet for the readme validate, but no, I did not. Guess I can add it today. Okay, so we checked the two links. Let's check if there's a link in the footer as well. Okay, so the footer does not link to the author or team URI. It only links to wordpress.org, which is fine. But what we immediately see, of course, is that there's some text here that is missing issue functions. Right? Again, I have this text ready already. I'm entering the file name. Let's find the line number, which is 18. Are there any other problems with the footer? I don't think so. We have a team location for the menu, which seems to be misspelled. It says footer with 1 O instead of footer with 2 O's. We will double check that, but it might be named that way. And WP footer is in the right position. So this thing, do action team footer section. We don't really know what this is yet, but we can see it doesn't seem, why is it not prefixed? And of course there's an after content do action at the top here. And oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let's go back. This package is also incorrect. The team name is not wrong, it's doing it wrong, yeah. And while we're looking at that, I also noticed that the text domain for this credit text and the link is also wrong. So many issues. Let's fix these typos. Okay, but actually we're going a bit ahead of ourselves. Let's ignore footer for a while and look at header.php. Okay, as you can see, we got title here. It might just be because the theme is too old. So again, I'm entering the file name for them. On line 14, remove the title. Use the team support instead. Again, I would need to add a little bit more detail, maybe a link to the correct team support. So this is one of the requirements that are not documented because it's more like using it correctly than actually required. As Joy has pointed out, you can actually turn off and on the pingbacks. So this needs to be conditional. It shouldn't just be here all the time. And we can see hard-coded font. And this is of course not correct either. We have HTML5 shiv GS. The link is not escaped and it's not in queued. So gone with that. We actually have scripts and styles must be in queued, not hard-coded. Exceptions can only be made for smaller scripts to reduce loading times. Okay, the variable here, which is not prefixed, they are escaping the name. The home URL is escaped. Why is it? Yeah, this is a bit funny. Again, this is not required, but I would still ask them to fix it because the blog info name is going to be used in two places. Yeah, so the actual tagline is not being used. Again, it's not. How am I supposed to say this? Something like that. Get template part section here. That's fine to me. So if the menu exists, the button is translation ready. Yay! It's the wrong text domain, but primary locations. Okay, options. No, don't do this. Just use the team mod, please. It's escaped here. Okay, let's go back to the actual review text and tidy it up a bit. I'm changing the text for the text domain. I'm going to use this footer as an example. says footer, not footer. I have my funny Swinglish. Okay, I'm asking the team author if they accidentally misplaced the author name and author URI. The text domain is wrong in many places, so I moved that to the missing translation context. Use the correct team support for the title of the page. Again, pingbacks can be turned off, needs to be conditional, and Q fonts, scripts and styles. Why is the site title used twice? The tagline is not in the description. And again, this wrapper here is not prefixed. I guess we'll find out this soonish. We open functions.php. So anyway, you can close this team now because they have way more than 3 issues, yeah? They would need to start over to fix this team, basically. Okay, let's have some fun. Look at functions.php. Oh, I didn't actually add anything about the package. Let's see if we can spell this. Yeah, so they are checking if the function exists, but the prefix is not correct. And I have text for prefix in, like that. The recommended prefix is the team slug. They're missing the title here. Team support for the title. And add image sizes are prefixed. And what happens when you don't prefix the image sizes is that the plugin can just go in and override your sizes, so small might not be small anymore, etc. And of course, yes, sometimes you might want to override the sizes, but okay, register name menus. It is called footer, not footer with 1 O, and text is not translation ready. line 3. HTML 5 for search form, comment list, gallery caption. Wait, where are the post formats? This does not look correct for me. It's empty, right? So where's this? Oh, down below. Sorry. Again, I'm asking to prefix it. Okay, let's let's skip that. Where's the file name? Am I being stupid? Where's the file name? That's the... Is that all that's needed? Okay. They are deregistering jQuery, adding their own, and then queuing it again. Teams are required to use core bundled scripts rather than including their own version of that script. For example, jQuery and Masonry. I'm gonna delete Masonry because they aren't using Masonry, and including a link to the list of the scripts that WordPress uses. Okay, neat stuff. FX, JS, slider, navigation, skip link. Okay. So the custom scripts looks like they are perfect except for this one. Let's see if it is a custom script or not. Oh dear. This script may not be resold. Just copying the file path. The script is not compatible with GPL and must be removed. It adds a class that's called blue to the comment list. Okay, that's allowed. Okay, the shiv is minified. I'm just adding a heading to the script stuff. No minification scripts or files unless you provide original files. Teams can use minified files, but they also need to include the original non-minified file. And yes, I do expect team authors to know if their file is minified or not, and which file. I mean, I don't always put out the name here because you can just look in your folder. And the problem is when we say that you have to combine the minified and the original file is that people think you're not allowed to use minified files at all, and that is not the case. Please use them because it will make your site faster. Okay, this looks okay. Navigation looks okay, just toggles. There's no license for the pretty photo. It's not in the file. What's going on here? Twitter shares, tweet. this one would need to go as well. Why is there a full link and Twitter share in the slider? Yes, this is the slider, yeah. Frames, no, please, no. Since I'm not familiar with this script, I'm just asking them if they made any changes to it. I'm going to tell them that the license is missing. Okay, customize the yes, looks standard. Okay, so for this file there is a slider, but this one is minified. Would any other files include? For J. And this one is in header. Okay, well. Images. Got some basic images here, but there's no license information for the image. And okay, did you see that? There's another copy of VX slider here. And it's still minified. Yep. And here we go again. Those who were in the chat knew that we were talking about the unused file. There is no requirement to remove unused file. It's just, it makes your theme messy. Come on. And when I say it makes the theme messy, what I mean is it's going to be more difficult for someone who's not you to go in and make changes to your theme. It will be more difficult for a beginner to make a child theme if there are files that are unused, they're not sure what they're used for, or that are just difficult to read and understand. Just saving my text. And the reason why I'm adding my review to a text file and not directly on track is because if you accidentally leave track, you refresh the page, whatever, then all your content of the review is going to be gone. Okay, next file. Custom header has the wrong prefix. These two are only really used for really old versions of WordPress, or if JavaScript is disabled. The header text color is not escaped. And something is affecting the code style here. This is why again. Sure, do whatever you want, but why? Why are you leaving CSS empty? Guess that's the question. So, custom header. Just says empty. Please remove it. And that's it. So forward. Oops. $72 missing escaping. I'm just adding these brackets to make sure it doesn't break the comment form. Then we add it to track. Obviously, no, I'm gonna add this to track because this is not a real team, but let's pretend. Okay, admin header image. File color goes skip. Why? Oh, this is for the admin. It's like, why are they adding the site title again? But this is because this team is so old. You never see this anymore. Stuff. And as you can see, the image here is not escaped. Actually, I think it might already be. That's something that we need to look up. No, this is not going to work because the header image function actually outputs the image, doesn't it? This is why the reference is so important. Always use the developer reference. Displays the header image URL. Okay, this escaped. There's no examples here, so I guess to find out, we have to test it. But it is escaped, it doesn't need to be skipped again. This is okay, this is an empty alt attribute. An empty alt attribute is better than no alt attribute. Thank you. Okay, customize the file. Syntax callback function. Excuse me? And we have vague, custom post formats, testimonials. This syntaxing looks okay. It's a text field, it says syntax text field. Wait, hold on. It says first testimonial image, then why is it a text field? I don't think this team is going to work very well. It's going to be fun to test run it. Let's check. Is there something called callback function here? Let's find. Nope. It's line 21. It's incorrect. Sorry. That's better. Okay, this is why is the image a text field? Did they mean to have like a link to the image? Customer name. What? Text 1 is a testimonial with a text area which is sanitized with escape URL raw. No. Okay, I'm having fun now. No. So, is escape text area. Let me think. Escape text area is for output. We need a sanitize. Escape text area is for content that is output in the actual text area field. We need a sanitize function. And I can never remember this one because it's long, isn't it? Sanitize text area field. Yes. That one should be. Sanitizes multi-line string from user input from the database. That's not do. Add the link below instead, makes it a little bit more readable. Something like that. Was it line 59? This is why I prefer when team others put their settings and controls in the order. It just makes it much more easier to read. This is a second image with a text field. We have a second text area. Guess it's gonna go on like this, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add something snarky about there being too much content creation. Team options should not be pseudo custom post types and save non-trivial user data. Only minor content creation is allowed. Are there more than 3 text areas? No. Be careful. No, careful. Be careful not to add any more content creation. And yes, I am being vague because team modders always ask what exactly to remove, and that is up to you. I don't care if you remove box number 1, 2, or 3. Just remove something. Don't ask us to be specific because it's still your team. This one is neither used or correct. And JS customizer, saw that earlier. I think that was fine. I won't know if there are any JavaScript errors until I run the team. Save the review. Extras. It's fine, just the prefix again is incorrect. Get a filter for the title, that's fine. What is this? Is this English? Or is this a text domain? Okay, I'm gonna ask them. I think this is a text domain. Because it's not using an X here. It's not like a context for the translation, so it has to be text domain. And now someone might be thinking, why is she not using the plugins, the team check to check the text domain? Because I wanted to show you how to do a manual review, and that means opening and checking every file. Oh. Okay, setup auto. Global auto data. Get user data. What is going on? So the function ends here. Please put spaces between your code. Makes it easy to read. What is this? Well, this is something that I would have to ask about again because I don't understand what he's trying to do. And this is also not used anywhere. So why is he adding? Can the person who wrote this please raise their hand? Remove it if it's not used. Prefix to global if it's used. I really don't understand what it is. So it's that simple. Ask the author what he or she meant. Stand this code. Again, prefixes. Just let's remind them about the prefix. Again, in a rear view, I would not have gotten this far because it would have already been closed long ago. So if not pages, return content and pages. I'm sorry, what? No. I don't understand it. I'm asking them not to replace the search form. Again, if you need to change the markup to, add classes or whatever session things, or style it, change colors, please do, but don't change, like, what is this? This link is not gonna work, is it? Shouldn't. It's not secure, it's not escaped. No. And text domain is missing. I know I have 111 lines of review, and you can see or hear I'm starting to get a little bit tired of this theme. And this is when you should take a break. Definitely take a break. Don't do too long reviews, you're just gonna be annoyed like me. I just do with XR. Custom widget is missing prefixes and text translations. I bet it's not safe either. I've never actually looked at the core category archive widget. Not blah. Would be surprised if I said, "Oh, this is so crap. This is so bad. They have to remove this," and then it's just the exact copy of the core widget. I would not be surprised. Be typical of me, wouldn't it? Okay, new instance. It's not sanitized before it's updated. I'm not, at this point, I'm not adding any details because there are too many errors in this theme. No. Copy all of that. You are allowed to adjust the thumbnail size, of course. Not this. And team cure. It's not escaped, I mean, sorry. Again, that's a type of navigation I have not seen for many years. can't even remember when I last saw this one, so let's look it up in the reference. Oh, escape is an option for this one. Read. Wait, hold on. So it's if it's not escape, then escape eval raw is used instead. What? Oh, okay. So again, except for the basics, the text domain and the prefix. Guess that works. Posted on. What? And you can see this is like tucked in here between two functions. Cheeky, don't try to hide code from us. Oh, it's going to be fun. Wait, include the name in the other file. I'll clean the review up before I post it, yeah. To 6. Not allowed. So why are teams not allowed to add shortcodes to widgets? Because the team is not allowed to add shortcuts, period. Shortcodes, not shortcuts. And so we expect that all shortcodes are in plugins, and it's up to the plugin to decide where they want their shortcode to be used. If the plugin wants their shortcode to be available in the widget, text widget, then they will add this code here, not the team. And again, it's not very common anymore. It's just a problem that we had many years ago. Yeah. Again, let's see. What's the footer of the post? In category list tags. I don't know what it's trying to filter it. Post link. Team comments. Why? I don't know if this is something custom, something that we used to use like 6 years ago. Again, all of these are missing preview. Okay, we can also, I'm skipping ahead all the way to the language folder. We can see that the port file is included but has the wrong name. Where did I add the comment translations? So this layouts folder, this is usually leftovers from using underscores. I didn't see them being queued anywhere or anything like that. So again, the question is the layouts folder used. Okay, templates. Do we have to declare now whether it's used for the post of pages? Or maybe it's used for post by default? We have a query here that is not complete and not reset, and we have a package WordPress, so I'm going to fix this. Okay, so first of all, remove page WordPress. The theme is not part of the WordPress package. Remove the at, otherwise it's gonna try to ping a person called package on track, probably. Asking them what they meant with this code, and I'm asking them to reset it. Moving on to 404. They have us here, they have a hard-coded search form. Got a couple of widgets. Otherwise, it looks okay. Yeah. Don't meant to copy the search form. Just need to do it like this. So I'm asking them to use get search form instead. And I want to include the link to the developer reference because there are some examples there on how to filter the search form, I believe, if I remember. Like that. Was like, didn't we already check for form? Again, this might just be because the theme is really old, but please use the correct archive title. Again, I'm being vague. You're not sure what the reviewer mean. Please ask the reviewer, or just please Google it. To make an effort. To make an effort. Learn something new instead of just asking. Oh, come on. That is tight here. Not translation ready. Function that we saw earlier. Okay, so content page is missing WP link pages. And as you know, that means page breaks in the content. You can only see the first page. The search result. Okay, fine. Again, content single is also missing WP link pages. Sometimes they can put WP link pages in a different file. And you know, if the reviewer misses something, just explain to them where the WP link pages actually is. Like if you have a separate file for the footer, it might be in the footer. Not the side footer, but the post footer. So they're checking if there is a post thumbnail, which is good. They're not changing the markup for the thumbnail, thank you. So if it's a post, add that. The content here, continue reading link, but there is no WP. Please use our search here. And link page content, there it is, but oh, that's why. Okay, sorry. Choop. See, should I use the search function? That's our best friend. I'm sure someone's gonna say, don't do that, don't use that filter. But please motivate in case and add it to the Slack chat so that we all know. Okay, this is always interesting. Options. I'm skipping ahead again. There were some problems there that you might have seen that I did not mention because my voice is getting quite bad. So I'm not going to continue the review for much longer. No, you're making me cry. Who did this? Who did this? Did they do this on purpose? Yes, they did, because this is a test team. This is to make Carolina cry. I'm gonna add this further up the top in the review because this is kind of important. It's definitely more important than the layouts folder, so it's more important than the package being wrong. Okay, below the license. I'm gonna put it below the license. Options PHP must be removed. And my favorite sentence. Team directory, oh, typo. The Team director has not accepted teams with options pages for several years. All options must be in the customizer or as custom widgets or meta boxes. Wait, are there two? Oh, one is content search, one is search, and one is search form.php. And even in search form.php, there isn't even a URL here. .php is so broken. As you can see, I'm kind of losing it because this review has taken way too much of my time. I hope you're having some fun watching this at least. I'm sorry about my voice again. There's some funny text here that's hard-coded and it's not translation ready. The image source is not escaped. Okay, testimonials. Oh, it's a style in the middle there. It's allowed. No matter what people say, you are allowed to add inline styles. But it's, of course, the best option is to allow the user actually change the styles. And that's not really possible here. Unless they're going to be an advanced user and going to be able to add change on the CSS and the CSS option in the customizer first. Don't hard code this stuff. Nothing. You know this, I don't have to go into details about why this is not allowed. Again, reduced content creation. Don't hard code these things. In that case, just create a beautiful demo content that people can download from your website and use. Or use some sort of starter content. Again, starter content only works for fresh sites. Yeah, again, lots of text that is not translation ready. There's hard-coded things here. There's adverts for the team. Super responsive team. Friendly support. Free updates. Oh, thank you. Can we please have an update? Because it's been at least 3 years since this team was updated. And this script, if it needs to be included like this, let's put it in the footer instead and don't hard code it in the slider file. Okay, so final thing, let's test it. Let's activate it. Where can we? It's supposed to be here somewhere. Wait, where is it? There it is. You just have to refresh. Oh, we're supposed to skip the content link. That's good. And as we can see again, the title is used twice. There's no tagline. It's the hard-coded content. The menu looks a bit broken because we have a main menu and then we have the social menu. It doesn't add the icons or anything. And I don't remember adding this many items to my menu. It's a bit of immune test blocks. Actually, the blocks does not look so bad. See? People keep saying that, you know, blocks break in old teams and we have to be concerned about using blocks in the test content, but it doesn't actually break. Oh, this beside title tagline is working sort of. Little extra info. I mean, that's just one line, that's fine, yeah? Many teams uses the copyright here. The site identity. All the way back up. Text color. Yeah. Almost. I would add that to the review. And then they might say, oh, but I wanted that there. I want it that way. Reach away. The image is not working. You can see now both titles are removed. That's interesting. Oh, hello. What's happening here? The post title is not. It's not a link. We can't access the posts. Okay, that's definitely not allowed. That's broken. Okay, background image. It must have been fun building this team. Like, what else can we actually break for this test team? Yeah, no. This is not working, is it? Is this because they use a menu ID? And they did not only use the location but the ID? Maybe that's why. Yeah, I think this is funny because again the image option is it's not even a link, it's a text field. Okay, I have to remove the background image because I can't see it. Oh, it's not. So this is very common. Team authors add options to add sections like these testimonials, but they're not showing. I keep saving the option and nothing on my front page is changing. Most of the time this is because they did not explain to the user that you need to set up a template. So I'm changing to, oh dear. Okay, that's also interesting. I'm changing to a static front page, yeah? You can see all the content we asked them to move. But we have to also explain to them that there's a PHP notice. So this is the actual content of the page, yeah, above the tests. So it actually does display both the title of the page that I set as my static front page and the custom content. So this is actually better than what most theme artists do because they can set static front page and then show completely different content than what's actually in the editor. And to be able to do that, you should select a template instead. Like a custom template for the front page, not just default or full width or right sidebar or whatever you want. That's how you get away with not showing the actual page content. But again, this PHP notice needs to be added. So when I activate the theme and try to set up the testimonials, yes, I can spot the typos. No, what is it? Notice. Again, I'm just adding these goose wings. make sure that code looks acceptable in the comment form on track. So that's one review. And again, I would read the review to see if there are any more typos, because I do a lot of typos, and see if do I need to add any more reference. Is there anything that I can do to help? But the amount of content I put into a review depends who the author is. This is the first time author, someone who I believe will be able to find a solution themselves. Do they need extra help or not? And if it's a person who I have explained something to before, I'm not gonna explain it to them again, probably, unless they specifically ask me again, can you please help me? I didn't understand why this is not correct, and what is the better way to do it, etc., etc. Okay, I'm gonna end this because I'm soon not gonna have any voice left. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry for you who watched the whole thing. Okay, hejdå!